Aaron Streck joining me on the desk now, and that means it's time for our first look at sports here. And we talked about a little bit off the top, BFC's pretty big mixed martial arts event here in the Border City, and now expanding outward too.
Yeah, this is your cup of tea. I know, Jacob, you really like this. And yeah, this sport has really grown a lot in the Border City. I know when I first moved here, 4 years ago, I guess now, but
well, the first event was held at the cooler, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was held there, and then it just keeps growing. You know, went to the exhibition grounds, and now the Civic Center, and yeah, they're even taking it on the road. So it just keeps on growing. Evolution Fighting Championship started off small and has grown to a major MMA event, attracting fighters from all over North America. As Jacob Zare reports, the local club that started it all has itself become a highly sought-after destination.
Miles Anderson has worked on road crews across the country and stopped in at every martial arts training club he could, making the most of the brotherhood amongst fighters.
You just walk in and you instantly start relating to each other, you know, like there's combos, training styles, conditioning techniques, and it's like instant connection. So I don't know, it's like you got kind of family almost everywhere you go.
He decided to move to Lloydminster and commit to training here because of the pedigree of MMA United.
From training at various clubs for weeks and months here and there, you also hear, you know, murmurs of other clubs around the country, and the Iron Circle is what this used to be called, now MMA United, and you heard just fantastic stuff about the boys from the Iron Circle.
Anderson grew up training Taekwondo and later shifted to Muay Thai. Both disciplines focus on striking, something his trainers want him to utilize next weekend.
He's new to our gym. He's starting out. He's 0-0. He's going to fight a guy from Hayabusa who's 0-0 too. Miles did some Muay Thai, so we're going to let his hands go on Saturday night. Maybe keep the fight off the ground as much as we can and let him strike as much as we can.
But Anderson recognizes he needs to be well-rounded to compete in MMA, and he's putting the time on the mat.
I have been doing a lot of ground training, basically probably 80% ground training the past couple months, so if it does go to the ground, I'm fairly confident that I can handle myself there as well.
Making the call to put a fighter into the cage that first time depends on their level of training, but also on their heart and willingness to grind with the pro fighters at the club.
He trains with a guy, Greg, who's 7-1, and Kelly, who's 5-2, and he's hanging out with those guys. So he was ready for his first fight.
Well, Anderson wouldn't be human if he didn't have some nervousness about his upcoming debut. He's mostly just jacked for the opportunity.
Every once in a while when I think about it, I kind of get a little bit of butterflies and stuff, but I don't know, I think the excitement and adrenaline and all that's going to take over, and it'll just be one wild time. I'm very excited.
EFC 8 hits the Civic Center in Lloydminster on April 23rd. Jacob Zare, UCAP Sports.
You might not be able to tell by the recent blast of winter, but most summer sports are gearing up to start while most indoor activities are winding down. Last night, the indoor co-ed soccer season wrapped up with their finals. Some were sad to see it come to an end, while others are excited for outdoor. Capturing a championship was on the minds of both teams in the co-ed title game. But despite how bad both clubs wanted it, the season was about more than winning.
It's fun to win, but getting out there and just having a lot of fun, meeting other people, that's what it's all about.
We're very, very lucky in Lloydminster to have an awesome sports facility like the Service Sports Center, and it's excellent to see so many folks coming together and playing soccer. It's excellent, great team spirit and good people to play with, so it's wonderful.
Most of the players who play co-ed are also on either men's or ladies' teams.
Co-ed soccer brings a different level of competition. It's very interesting. You usually see the folks come out from ladies and men's who love soccer enough to play it at least twice a week. So there's definitely an intense amount of skills that are being brought to the table, and a little more roughness perhaps, but it definitely makes it fun all around to bring the two parties together.
The camaraderie, there's a nicer attitude usually between both teams. It's obviously a little bit less competitive, and most days of the week it's more fun.
Now that the indoor season is over, some pack it in until next winter, while others wait a few weeks for the outdoor season to start.
Really looking forward to playing some outdoor soccer, men's and co-ed, so it should be a good season.
You always miss playing sports and stuff like that, but there's always next season, and you meet people in the grocery stores or whatever and say, hey, you ready for next season? And everyone's like having a good time and ready for the next season, so